Okay, so we're back. Welcome back to Am On Your Hero, and we're gonna be talking about uh some more relationship problems and new church, energy in my hands, uh, and giving 100% of myself to God. What happened, and the different views of that. Okay, so this is for age 24 to 26. Now, so sometimes, like sitting here at this computer on my desk, my hands would like glow with this white, like a white type of fire. It was like white fire. Um, and sometimes they get really warm out of nowhere. And so basically, what it turns out that the church I was going to, I had a pastor there, and he came down with this lung disease or something, and it shut down his immune system and stuff, and he had a bunch of spores in his lungs for working at a cheese factory or something. So for 2 months straight, I kept getting this flame from right here at my wrist, and it would just like go up, and it would be a white fire type of flame that came up to about right here. Okay, and then my hands would get really warm. It would just heat up, like you would like feel it go from your arm, and then it come up to your forearm, and then like it just when it got right here, boom, like it'd be warm, both hands actually. So for 2 months, I kept feeling this attachment that I need to go put my hand. It has to be just like this way. I had to go to my pastor. I have to tell him to open up his shirt enough to where I can put my bare hands on his bare skin the next time that happens. And I was supposed to do it during sunset, when the sun was setting. I thought, okay, that's gonna sound weird, and that's gonna sound all gay and stuff. Like, what the heck? Like, I don't wanna tell a guy to take off his shirt, you know what I'm saying, and like put my hands on his chest. What the heck? But it took me 2 months to get comfortable with that, cause I'm like, man, it sound weird. But it was something that I had to do, and it had to be done that way. That's what I kept getting. And then, like the last 2 weeks of that month, he kept getting worse and worse. And then I heard this voice say in my head, it says, "You have the power to control this situation right now. You can either sit back and do nothing and accept it that you're sitting back and doing nothing and watch somebody that you care about right now. So if you watch your pastor, watch somebody die, that you have the power to stop right now. You have a power in your hands to do something about it. So you can either do something about it, or you can watch his demise knowing that you had the ability to stop this one." So I was like, you know what? I'm not about to live with that guilt. I'm going to go ahead and do what I need to do. So went to church, came around 6 o'clock, the sun was setting and stuff. I said, "Hey, pastor, after the service, I need you to meet me in the kitchen." We went in the kitchen, I grabbed the seat, he grabbed the seat, I said, "Unbutton your shirt about right here." He did. I was like, okay, that's no problem. I don't know why, I was like expecting to see hair on his chest or something, because he's an older guy, like older. So then I just sat there, and then I waited. I was like, "All right, God, I'm here." And I was like, "I'm here to do what you need me to do." And I sat there and I waited, and I waited, and I waited. I waited like 7 minutes. And then all of a sudden, I felt like raindrops, like like that, right? And then I felt like this beam just go boom in my head, and then it came out. And then it went like this in my arms, then I felt it like go right in my hands, right? And then it's weird because this time, it didn't like get on fire. It just got really warm, but then I felt like the energy, the warmness of the fire came out my hands, and it went right here in this zone, this area right here on both my hands. Like, this is the area where it was at. Like, if I hold your hand out this far away is where the energy was. So I did that. I was like, okay, this is a little bit different. I was like, I hope it still works the same. So I just went like this, put both my hands on, like on his chest or whatever. Actually, I didn't actually touch his chest because the energy touched it. I don't know how to explain it, but it's like I put my hands like this, and I got to the point where it felt like I was touching his chest, but my physical hand wasn't touching his chest. The energy part, I felt it touching his chest. So then I knew, okay, it's working. And now my hands were shaking, and I was kind of shaking a little bit, and then it lasted for about 30 seconds, and it was just over. Next thing you know, it worked. Like, I didn't feel that pull to go help him anymore. I didn't feel that pull, that connection to him, that this is what that's for. I didn't have my hands going anymore. It was done. Like, okay, boom, I did what I was supposed to do. You know, that was it. That was it. No more fiery hands, you know, white fiery hands and stuff. So, next thing you know, he starts getting better, because when he was worse, like, he couldn't go up steps. He couldn't mow the lawn. He couldn't, like, walk without breathing heavy. He had to use a one of them breath things, and one of those nitrogen, carry around one of those nitrogen canisters or whatever, and he had to carry that stuff around. And he was like stuck on a tube and all that stuff at his own house, and like it would just kill him just to go up and down steps and all that. After what I did, he's gotten a lot. He's gotten better. He's back. He's back to, let's just say, shoot, 90%. I mean, I don't know about 100% because I'm not him, but 90% because he's not using the breath stuff no more to help him breathe. He's not in the tubes anymore. He's mowing the lawn. He's going up and down steps. He's running on a treadmill. Hey, it worked. And at this time, I still didn't know nothing about no New Age. I still didn't know about no witchcraft. And I still didn't know anything about no third eye. I mean, I'm surprised he accepted it, because any other time he calls it witchcraft. You know, church, they call it witchcraft and stuff, and it's New Age movement stuff or whatever. Excuse me. So then, I mean, he accepted it, but I guess when you really hurting, you recognize God's power then. You recognize you don't give the devil all the power then when you're hurting. So, but it's funny because, you know, during church, like, he never mentioned what happened. He never mentioned the meeting we had that happened. Like, never mentioned what we did at all. Maybe he's too embarrassed. Maybe he really does think it's witchcraft and he just accepted witchcraft to help him. But I don't know. It doesn't feel like witchcraft to me. It felt like it came from God to me. I mean, it's a shame. Let's see. Let's see where I'm at here. Okay, so I went to a marriage counselor, and we did, you know, it was like $400 something. So 4 sessions, $100 each session, right? So what happened is that when I went to this counselor, she took my girlfriend, or at the time, well, fiance, whatever. She took my fiance at the time, and she asked us, both of us, what was our parents like in our childhood? I guess she was trying to gauge what we would be like being together, you know, get married and whatnot and stuff like that. So she got to me. So first she did my fiance, and then she did me. Well, she stopped 2 minutes after I started telling her, well, I was raised like this. I had all this abuse going on. I really didn't connect with my dad. I tried to connect with my mom. I couldn't. I had this going on, that abuse, this physical abuse. And so it's like weird, right? Because at the age of 17, when I had that 48-hour sleep mode, like I talked about in my other video, you know, yeah, when I had that 48-hour sleep mode in my other video that I talked about, it suppressed all this. Well, with this counselor, like I said, it's now about 24 to 26, right? And now what happened is that it resurfaced everything. It's like I had to remember everything. And it made me truly sad because I couldn't say all the good stuff that my fiance has said, all this love that she experienced, and blah, 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 you know what I mean? But I experienced all this hurt. And what were my parents like growing up? We was fighting custody battles, and abuse going on, with me and this stepmom and stepdad and all this other junk. But it woke everything back up. And I had big time problems once it woke up because I got flashbacks off of any trigger. It was terrible, y'all. Any trigger was like making it happen, words, smells. And then sometimes memories just pop up in my head. If, like, for instance, if I don't stay busy with something, after that incident with that counselor, if I didn't stay busy with something and I had an idle mind where I'm just like, like how you meditate or something, like you have nothing to do, my mind would instantly go back into all the abuse pain. It would just run through it, like ridiculous. Okay. So right here. Okay, so during this time, I also decided we had a men's meeting at church, and then during the men's meeting, everybody was like, "Oh, I need to give more, or I need to give 100% of myself to God," and all this other stuff. Now, basically, something kept telling me, "Don't do it, don't do it, don't do it," don't do it. But I did it anyway because I wanted to make the church happy, because I thought making the church happy would be making God happy. Well, I was wrong about that. All right, so okay, so I did that. After I did that, I went and I sat down in a chair, like over there somewhere. And then I felt this fist. It was like a clear mist, like a clear mist fist. And I saw it at the corner of my eye, and it punched me from the right side of, like, it really felt like it hit my ear. It went in my ear, opened up, a hand opened up, grabbed inside of my head like this, like it grabbed my brain, and then it went out this side like this in a closed fist, like it had something in its hand, right? And then poof, it was gone. Man, next thing I know, I can't see dark spirits anymore. I can't see dark shadows anymore. I can't see light shadows anymore. I don't have dreams of the future anymore. I didn't have, like, anything. I didn't have dreams of going to other planets, helping people. I didn't have dreams of saving people anymore from harm. I couldn't, like, man, it's like my intuition was gone, and I did not. Now, this is the weird thing. I mean, all that stuff is pretty weird. It's messed up. But the weird thing is that out of what the church was saying, you give 100% of your life to God, you got all these messages from God and everything else. I'm going to tell you exactly what happened. I lost my connection to God. I'm not kidding around. And then when I started getting into meditation, because I was like, I need to get my abilities back, what the heck happened? I go to church. I go there at the altar like I usually do. I say, okay, forgive me some sins and stuff like that. And then I go and I close my eyes and I just sat there and I try to connect like usual. Except this time when I connect, all I kept seeing was alien faces. Boom, 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 boom. They keep flashing in my face, these alien faces, like big old eyes, round, like these round with a pointy neck, with a pointy chin, like those, like something else. Something else took my abilities. Something else did that. It wasn't God, and I gave 100% of myself to something else. And then I like went in the bathroom. I tried to reclaim it, like. I claim all my power back. I claim all myself back, because something else took my abilities. Because I went to church for training. I needed training for my abilities. I didn't know where to go. Church was the only people that I knew that believed in some type of spirit of something. that's otherworldly, and that's the only place I could ever go. I still went looking for answers, not necessarily answers and training, but I didn't want to have my powers gone. So when I told my church about it, it's like, hey, all my abilities are gone. You know what they did? They started clapping. All right, yeah, yeah, God got rid of all the stuff. I'm like, no, that's not good. Like, that's part of me. Like, those are the gifts He gave me. Like something happens. Like, oh no, that was God. Like, He took all that stuff away. 'Cause that's witchcraft. That's New Age stuff. I'm sitting here like, no, they don't understand, because there is stuff out there that now I can't see them, and now they can affect me more often because I can't actually see them and know that they're going to do something. That's a problem. Like, I came here, my intention was for training, but what really happened was my powers were gone, our abilities, you know. So, uh, yeah, uh, my dreams of my nightmares about hell got a whole lot stronger too. After I gave 100% of my life to God, this is no joke. My dreams of hell got a lot stronger, and I had more dreams about it. They was like vivid and really jacked up. Okay, I had a lot of nightmares, a ton of nightmares. I'm talking nightmares that I scream from these ones. I screamed so loud. I woke up my fiance plenty of times. Probably my neighbor upstairs. I'm not kidding around. After I gave 100% of my life to God, I had nightmares, like incredibly. It was ridiculous. And it's like I didn't have any strength. Even when I called out to God, I'd call out Jesus, I'd call out God, and I'd still be in a nightmare. So that's really telling you something. Who did I give 100% of my life to? In my abilities and all my soul. What did I do? You know? Uh, I had dreams about raptures before I gave my 100% of myself away. As I gave 100% of myself away, I didn't have dreams of the rapture no more. I didn't have no more rapture dreams. Like I said, no more future dreams. And no more rapture dreams. No more clues into what might happen. Uh, you know, none of that. Um, I used to have dreams of a blue guy who looks like the guy from The Watchmen. You just say he looks like that. Uh, he used to take me. He used to hold his hand out and take me on these missions that I would accept. I would have to shake his hand, and I would go to a new world, one that's not of this world, or sometimes I will go to this a place that's like this world or whatever, and I would help them fight. I would help either a creature or a human fight off something bad. Like sometimes it would be like Men in Black, like off of the Men in Black aliens, or sometimes it would be like people like them. I'd have to fight them off from capturing an innocent creature or something that they're gonna like do bad things to or whatnot. And I'd have to like save a person from demons and stuff like that. I couldn't even save anybody anymore. I couldn't help anything. No anybody. No more. I got no more missions from the blue guy after giving my 100% of my life to God, essentially in the church. So I felt vulnerable to the spirits because my ability to listen to God's signs, they stopped. Like I said, no intuition, no synchronicities. My ability to listen to Him. I would go outside and I would look up at the sky and I was like, God, give me a sign, give me something. You see, now I'm going externally, whereas in before I could just go within and be like, feel a connection. But now you're like, but then like, nope. uh, okay. Um, all right. That's it, y'all.